Please stand for the posting of the colors.
Hey, you found us. Well done. Thanks for joining us at the beautiful Bayport High School PAC. And before we go any further, go Pirates. That's right. And right off the bat, thank you all for the staff and the faculty and the students, Amelia and Connor and Paul. Thank you so much for doing a fabulous job of making us feel so welcome. Give them a hand, please. Thank you. That was an American Fanfare by Rick Kirby. I bet you're awake now. Did you hear My Country 'Tis of Thee? It was in there. Thanks to our longtime sponsor, Hanson Funeral and Cremation Services, for also following us out here. Big hand for them, please. And a special thanks to American Legion Post 11 for posting and retiring the colors. Since its chartering in 1919, the Post has been welcoming veterans from all branches of the armed forces, and its members are busy with many charitable and community events, including posting the colors at home Packer games. Back in the Packers' early days, Legion members were ticket takers, worked the stands, and sold stock. And you know what? If the Packers ever get sold, the American Legion Post 11 is going to be a real wealthy American Legion Post. I think that's still the case. One more thing, as a courtesy to others, please turn off your cell phone or put it on silent. You can do without connectivity with your grandkids until intermission. So, let's jump right into our celebration of love from sea to shining sea. Sea to shining sea. There we go. The Great Locomotive Chase. This piece by Robert W. Smith was inspired by a Civil War escapade which had at work maybe could have shortened the war. Short, and I mean it, short history lesson. A Union spy by the name of James Andrews and about 20 volunteers stole a train, the General, near Atlanta, and headed north. The idea being to tear up the rail line between Atlanta and Chattanooga, which would have made it impossible for the Confederates to reinforce Chattanooga, which Union forces would then attack. With me so far? So they stole the train and took off. But with the General's conductor, William Fuller, hot on their trail by foot, handcar, and eventually his own train, the Texas, and after a chase of nearly 90 miles, the General literally ran out of fuel, including the boxcars. They took all the wood out of the boxcars, or, they disassembled them and threw them in. The General ran out of fuel, and the raiders made a run for it. Several, including Andrews, were caught, tried, and hanged as spies, but the others became the nation's first Medal of Honor recipients. And Andrews was posthumously awarded, no, he wasn't. He was a civilian, but he got the Medal of Freedom posthumously. In 1956, the Great Locomotive Chase was featured on The Wonderful World of Disney with Fess Parker, remember him? Made really good wine, too, starring as Andrews. And both the General and the Texas survive to this day, the General in Kennesaw, Georgia, and the Texas in Atlanta. My family and I were at the General's Museum just last year, and it's well worth a visit. So, all aboard for the Great Locomotive Chase.
Good evening. Oh, I'm heckling already. So welcome. Isn't this a wonderful facility? Beautiful. How many people have not been here before? Yeah. So I'm going to thank you all for coming out tonight in this weather. You had a choice. You could have stayed at home, watched the Cowboys lose another game, or watch a rerun of MASH. But you came, so thank you very much for coming. Appreciate that. This is our 43rd season for the AVB. It's been a long time in process, and we're loving every minute of it. Our season this year is called the Season of Love. So there's more love in the world than most people realize. So there's a lot of politics going on, right? Thankfully, that's over with now. But I would say this, there's more that binds us together than separates us. We have to keep that in mind, more that binds us together. And so that's what we're celebrating tonight through music. So, Mr. Bruce.
Yes, sir. Here's a new piece for us. It's called the God and Country Overture. Religious themes, whether their origins are elsewhere or here, are an integral part of our heritage. George Wingard brings us a majestic overture featuring onward Christian soldiers, fast falls the eventide, faith of our fathers, and God of our fathers, the national hymn. Enjoy the God and Country Overture.
like I said, music really binds this nation together. I bet you probably everybody in here recognized those tunes from way back when. And believe it or not, we worked in a little religion into tonight's concert. So, we have some very special people with us tonight, and you're going to find their names printed in the program. So when you get a chance at intermission, or if you can see with the lights here, right in the middle, you're going to see a list of donors. And these are people that have supported us through the years, many of them, some of them just this year, sometimes for the first time. But this band has a fairly good budget because we have to pay for music, we have to pay for rental spaces, all sorts of insurance, all that kind of stuff. So these donors are a very important part. So if you know any of these people, certainly give them a nice thank you the next time you see them. And if you want to put your name on there, there's room for more. So keep that in mind. Bruce?
Main Street Celebration. This is a charming piece that for the life of me, I think is, or at least should be, a theme for a Hallmark Channel Christmas movie. You know the story. Spoiled rich girl comes back to any town USA to take over her daddy's business, and he was the most popular person in town, and she's not. At first she irritates everybody, but then her high school boyfriend shows up and the sparks begin to fly. You can watch this about 3 times a week in variations, depending on the scene. Plus, she gets a puppy. Will they or won't they? Maybe. Did they or didn't they? Oh no, this is the Hallmark Channel. So here's Main Street Celebration.
yes, Bruce. Lovely job. So, this is kind of cool out here. This is the second time I've actually been out here for a concert. We was in the Burger Corral once when we did a show out here. But the faculty, the staff, the kids, everybody has been great. I want to give them a special recognition. So hold your applause till the end. But obviously, starts at the top. Principal and Superintendent Mark Smith, Mark Frieder, Joe Weeble, Associate Principal. PAC staff, Paul Marshall's been wonderful. The students here, Amelia Erdman, Juliana Jocks, and Connor Olson, been fantastic to work with. And the music department's been very amenable. We're borrowing some of the equipment, so Ashley and Kyle Segrist, and then Christopher Fraley for the orchestra. Give them all a nice round of applause. We're moving right along. We're going to take intermission after this next tune. It's going to be 15 minutes exactly. If you're late, you're going to have to pay a penalty. I'll set my watch. Bruce.
Couple of brief announcements. We're selling tickets for the chicken dinner following our February 16th Big Band Show at Riverside in the lobby intermission. And I believe following the concert, those tickets are going fast. So, actually, we think, pay for it. So we're moving right along. American River Songs. Full disclosure, I really like this piece by Wisconsin native Pierre LaPlante, probably because I've lived on or near the water my whole life. So here's the composer's description of this wonderful piece. American River Songs is based on traditional and composed music of an earlier time, when the rivers and waterways were the lifelines of a growing nation. It begins with a rousing setting of Down the River, written about the Ohio River, followed by an expansive and dramatic treatment of Shenandoah. After a brief transition, a brass band is heard playing Stephen Foster's The Glendyberg, a tune about life on the Mississippi. As the Glendyberg travels along, a second theme is introduced by piccolos, flutes, and tambourine. The second theme is based on a Creole bambula tune that probably originated in the Louisiana Delta region, marked by an incessant syncopated ragtime rhythm to bring American River Songs to a rowdy, foot-stomping close. Feel the rhythms of the river and me for the bay as Mike leads us in American River Songs. Moving right along. Let Freedom Ring. Here's a fresh take on some of our country's best-known patriotic songs by Kenny Bierschink, one of our favorite composers. You'll hear Yankee Doodle, Chester, Semper Fidelis, To the Colors, The Red, White, and Blue, Columbia, the Gem of the Ocean, America the Beautiful, You're a Grand Old Flag, and America, My Country 'Tis of Thee. This was originally commissioned by the U.S. Air Force Band of Flight. Let Freedom Ring.
So, I've been doing this 23 years now, out of the 40 years. But I made one comment when I came aboard in 2001. I said, I can't do this myself. We have to spread this out among the band. Of course, these guys come, you might not know this, but AVB stands for All Volunteer Band. Most of you know that. Nobody gets paid, including myself, but we spread the load. So I want to recognize those people that help me make these concerts possible. Hold your applause till the end. So in publicity, we have Nancy Bartle. Gene Burmeister does our treasurer. Doug Yora and Dick Nocenti, our music library. Brent Husson is both band president, band manager. And then there's Bruce Dedman. He actually does a good job putting the program together. Paul Alexi is off this month. He'll be back with us next month. Please give them a nice round of applause. The other thing, and Bruce has mentioned this a little bit, but I'll put a little stamp on it too. Recording this with your cell phones is probably illegal, especially if you post it back on the web. We actually pay royalties to be able to do these concerts. We do record them all. You might not know that, but we do record them all, and we play them back for you on YouTube. So all of our concerts are there. If you type in AVB Community Band on your YouTube search, we'll come up, and you'll be able to go back and share our concerts with everybody that you want to, your friends, your loved ones, children, near and far. Bruce.
They usually come on about 4 or 5 days after the concert, so like late this week. Beyond the Horizon. This is another new piece for us by a composer named Rossano Galante. Mr. Galante has orchestrated over 75 film scores, including Wolverine, Fantastic Four, and The Avengers. Your grandkids have seen them all. Beyond the Horizon is a dynamic composition of broad scope and colorful vision. It has two primary themes that work together to musically paint a grand picture of the Earth's breathtakingly beautiful horizon. What's interesting from a musician's standpoint, in that it's written in what is called harmonics, instead of your normal keys of C, B flat, whatever. It changes keys several times, so he just starts adding flats, which is okay, and then adding sharps, which is not okay. But he never really tells us it's doing so, meaning we always try to pay attention to this gentleman, but we really got to pay attention to him here. And by the way, let's give Mike a big hand. So here we go, Beyond the Horizon.
Sometimes I work maybe a little too hard, but I have so much fun up here. That was a wonderful piece. A lot different, you've never heard it before, obviously, but certainly fits the theme for tonight. A little bit of lights, please. We have a couple traditions that we're going to share with you tonight, because I know some of you, maybe a few of you, this is your very first concert for the AVB Community Band. So if it is, we'd like to thank you for coming by having you stand up, and we're going to give you a nice round of applause. So if this is your very first concert, please stand up so we might give you a nice round of applause. Our normal home is now in Ashwaubenon at the Ashwaubenon PAC. So for those of you that made the trip out here, thank you very much. Some of you, this is probably like next door, right? We're here in 3 minutes, so thank you for coming. We also have some groups that came tonight. I know that we had a group from St. Francis Xavier Cathedral. Thank you for coming. There they are. Rowdy group. And so that's part of our traditions. And another tradition is here. Little Ole's friend Eric told how his grandparents make funny noises every time they go to a restaurant or to a show. They always make a funny noise I don't understand, he said. They walk up to the cash register and they say, "Arp." I know, pretty bad, huh? They get worse. I'm only going to give you one tonight, but next month I'll give you more. Bruce.
I'm speechless. But I am reminded that I forgot to tell you that that puppy in the Hallmark movie came completely and totally housebroken at 8 weeks, unlike our little Tootsie. Rip Your Rag by Billy Joel. Billy Joel is one talented individual, as anyone who saw him swatting flies at Lambeau Field a few years ago can attest to. He writes, he sings, he plays. Boy, does he play. He does it all, and nobody does it better. Apologies to Carly Simon for stealing that line. His Rip Your Rag is a tour de force piano number. Google it when you get home. I recommend the 2013 New Orleans Jazz Festival version. Mr. Joel can't be here tonight, so sitting in for him is our entire sax section. Good luck, saxes, and take it away.
wanted to take it a little bit faster, but no. All right, one of our final traditions involves one of our student helpers. Connor, it's time for the hat. Give me a round of applause for Connor. You know, the world is too serious sometimes, right? We need to have some fun. So we always like to sing happy birthday to those people that had birthdays in the month that we do their concert. So this is November. Check your pulse. Yeah, okay. Check your phone to see if your birthday's this month, all right? And if it is this month, we stand up because we're going to sing to you loud and proud. Carmen.
Curtain Call. Here's another piece that's new to us, originally written by John Wasson for the wonderful Dallas Brass, which performed upon this very stage a few years ago. Being the consummate entertainer, Mike selected this piece because it's got that old Broadway or even vaudeville feel. Wasson's setting is a tribute to all great finales and encores. It brought a smile to us, and we hope you'll enjoy it too. It also reminds me that you can hear another great brass group, the Copper State Brass, at the Ashwaubenon PAC December 12th, end of ad. Here we are with Curtain Call. like we planned it.
Oh my goodness. All right, some more serious things here. So we would be in a lot of trouble without our armed forces. We have a lot of veterans in our lives, veterans that have predeceased us. So we're going to salute them in a royal manner here coming up. But our closing comments before we do that, because we will, after this, we'll retire the colors, and then we will go right into our typical close, which is God Bless America, which you were all invited to sing. So certainly, hope you had a good time tonight. Thank you for coming. We are back here on December 18th, which is a Wednesday, for our Christmas show. I would encourage you to come a little early. That's one of our most popular shows. Of course, free, as are all of our concerts. We have a couple featured vocalists that you're really going to enjoy. We're going to bring back Emily Paulson and Ben Cahal. They're very talented singers. One more time for the Hanson folks sponsoring our concert tonight. And certainly thanks to all of our veterans. Bruce.
Also on at the December 18th concert, that is the Big Paul's Pantry Collection. It's their largest collection of the year. So please bring a canned good or other non-perishable item to donate. I do believe we'll be selling tickets for the February chicken dinner in the lobby after the show. We are a 100% volunteer organization. We rely on your generosity to rent nice halls like this, buy music, rent storage space for a lot of stuff, and yes, we do have to have insurance. So please be generous as you head out. We close our program with our annual Salute to the Services, featuring all of the service hymns except the Space Force. We'll get that eventually. Plus Eternal Father, Strong to Save, usually associated with seafarers, but with recent verses adapted to the other services. If you or a family member or loved one are in or have been in the armed services, please keep an eye on Mike and stand when your anthem comes. And I happen to know that there's at least one guy here who can stand twice, so Bill Kazmarek would just do that right now. Without getting ready to retire the colors. Has anybody else been in more than one service? Pastor, are you here? Art, yep, okay, up you go. Come on. Same crew as last year, so that's terrific, thank you. So thanks to you and your loved ones for your service. We'll see you here on December 18th.
retiring of the colors.
Forward, huh. Present, pump. Put up, pump. Retrieve the